Welcome to Weekend Update Garage Sale Edition, Part 2. I didn't intend on going out today and doing some scoring, but the CCC posted a thing, which is the Community Cycling Center. It's like a big non-profit here that people donate all their stuff to, and they often have lots of hot old parts. Sometimes for outrageous money, sometimes for very reasonable money. They've been doing the Sunday salvage sales. It's a lot of weird junk. Stuff that's kind of good, stuff that's bad, stuff that's totally good that they just don't have room for or too much of. And they sell the parts 50 cents a pound, or have some stuff like forks $5, frames $10 to $20, complete bikes $30. And so I decided to go to that. And when I was waiting, I looked for garage sales close by, and there was one close by, and they had bike stuff. So I went there. So I got two scores: bike stuff garage sale and the Community Cycling Center. But I'm also mad because the last 7-8 things that I've emailed about on Craigslist I haven't heard back from. So I don't know if somebody else is out there snapping stuff up before me, or if Craigslist is sending all my emails to spam now. I missed some good. Some guy had a Dura-Ace group, brakes, levers, I think derailleurs and shifters for $50, $7,400, real scuffy. But I really want that shifter and the brakes. Won't get back to me. Somebody had a 105 group for $50. Won't get back to me. I messaged about a few other parts. A few other bikes are underpriced. Just nothing, which is wild. So I keep checking my phone to see if anyone gets back to me. Hoping I'll get some more scores for this video. We'll see. I want to go through what I got at the garage sale first. And then we'll go through what we got at the CCC. So at the garage sale, they said random bike stuff. There's 4 or 5 bikes. It was all like 10 years worth of abandoned roommate crap. Like one of those houses, just roommate after roommate, stuff piles up and people leave stuff. And the landlord's getting mad then to get rid of it. So no one lived there, owned this bike stuff. They had no idea about any of it. I went and barely dug around and grabbed the biggest box. Barely rifled through it, started throwing little stuff sitting all over the place into this box. And then haggled the guy. I thought it'd say $20, and he said 40. And I said, "How about 30?" I stared him down. He stared me down, and literally another guy there who was talking about something else stopped and watched us. I was okay, 30. I'm like, okay. And I pulled it out, gave it to him. The guy's like, "That was the best showdown I've ever seen." It was like an old Western movie. It was so funny. And then I was like, "Yeah, I'm bad at haggling." He's like, "Yeah, me too. I'm trying to get better." And I'm like, "Yeah, me too." So we got some dorky stuff. There's 2 of these brand new in the box, or in the plastic seat covers. Kind of look like a cycle short on the inside and textured on the outside. And I don't know, totally goofy. A red one, the blue one. Whatever, they're already in the box. Here's a Mozzie seat. It's a little scuffy, but I think it's mostly just a little bit grimy, being in the basement. It's a cheap value one, but you know, it's not ripped up or torn up, and it's vinyl and perforated, kind of looks vintage and cool. So I was like, yeah, all right, Mozzie seat. Some random stuff sack of some sort. It says pack seat. I don't know, maybe clips onto stuff. Who knows? Like I said, I barely looked through this. 700 by 28 with a 32 mil Presta valve. Brand new. $5 price tag, so this is at least 10 or 12 or 15 years old. It's probably fine. One clamp-on fender. Some other people got there right before me and started looking at bike stuff. I started freaking out. They bought one clamp-on fender, and I got the other one. And I already have like 3 or 4 of these. But you never have one when you need one. One Bone Traeger, black vinyl and white seat. It's not ripped up or scuffy. It's a little worn, the white's a little worn, but it's totally fine, probably. It looks pretty good, so that's close enough. One used set of giant gloves in a very small size that I'll probably just throw away. Okay, this is from... Here's something kind of cool. Oh, I didn't flip it over to look at it. Totally destroyed flight saddle. Probably tie rail. It has the weird oval rails. Probably junk. I don't know. Oh well. That's a shame. It's kind of cool. Maybe someone on the internet will want it, but I doubt it. Who knows? That was the one thing I thought was worth any money, but it's totally dead. One pair of no noise, no skid brake pads from some brand I've never heard of. Another big bike seat in a bag, so I'm going to open up or look at. Let's see what's going on with it. I guess the bag might have protected it. Oh, the no logo city contract chromo rails, springs, big cushiony saddle. You know, someone will want that. Some rope for some reason. Most of a seat post clamp. Cool. Some computer cables I'm going to throw in the trash. Some shims. A thin one and a thick one. They look like they're handlebar shims, but I'm not really sure. Maybe it's 22.2 to 25.4. Maybe it's 25.4 or 26.0. That's not true. It's way too thick for that. I don't know. Whatever. They might come in handy. They might not. Some safety goggles. Some old translucent housing. Part of a raft pump or something. Single fender stay with one bit of hardware. Really cheap backlight. A SRAM X9 brake that says front 7-speed shifter. It says Z speed shifter. Maybe it says 2-speed shifter. Oh yeah, 2 speeds right here. So here's a SRAM front trigger shifter. X9. I mean, it's almost cool. There's a couple of scrolly shelf brackets. It's a matching set, which is kind of cool if I wanted to build a shelf. A little pocket rocket pump. Seems like it works. Peek. So far, I think I overpaid. Another phone cord. Broken fender stuff, a few more phone cords. I want something to make this work. One part of a chicken lever. Oh, there's a part of the chicken lever. Some dead cable and housing. Standard brake cable says just the cardboard. Oh. Here are the cables. Okay, so there's a set of brand new cables in here. You know, that's $10 right there. One used set of cheap Shimano SPDs. I mean, I'll probably get $10 for these on the internet, so there's $20. Little leather luggage tag. A tube that may or may not be new or used. 718 to 23. A bunch of brake hardware, which is good because there's a set of brakes. You're missing most of the hardware. So just a cheap, like, black, no-name brake set. And someone took the bolts all the way apart, but it looks like most of the stuff might be in here. The rear's got most of its parts on there. So I think I can make this into a functional little short-reach black brake set. Might be good to go with those new black single-speed wheels I got yesterday, the Originate ones, onto some little roadie frame. So that's cool. There's a dirty toothbrush, one old rim tape, one reflector, a couple of reflective Velcro bands, the SRAM X9 2-speed bottom pole low clamp front derailleur. So matching derailleur, somebody won by their X9 bike. Looks like maybe a little mini 5mm Allen. Some junk. A few random bolts. Stuff. So, you know, $30. This was not an excellent haul. Is that a nail file? Yeah. know, I can use the tubes. Maybe I'll use the shims, the brake pads, the couple of decent-ish saddles. Maybe I'll get 10 or 15 bucks for this stuff, but I doubt it. I had to buy it though. There was no way around it. But yeah, mostly funny junk. Then I went to the community cycling center and went to the Sunday salvage sales. And I walked up and there's a lot of stuff to look at. Saw my old friend Carl there. He's been at CCCC for like longer I've been into bikes. I talked to him for a minute, and I think he's worked there for like 30 years or something insane. Got to look at some stuff, price stuff different, things are in different bins. So I started digging around, and the first thing I saw was this handlebar. So this is the same Super Italia Pro 2 handlebar that is on that full carbon Trek Dura-Ace bike I got, which is super funny. But a different stem, and it looks like they were trying to pry on this stem to get it over these bars. These bars are real tight, and the stem doesn't have, it's like triple T stem, doesn't have any cutouts. I'll just slide over curves easier. So someone must have really mangled it to get it on here, and they were afraid of mangling it to get it off, I guess. It says it's 44 centimeter. If it is, God, I might save this bar. I don't know about you. I've always got a little tape measure. Checking out bike stuff when I find it at garage sales or wherever. Swap meets often come in handy. Low, this is like 41 and a half. The Italian's measured bar is different. It is 44 outside to outside. That's how Shelly's measuring stuff, so they always measure narrow. Because back in the day they wanted you to be aero tucked as possible for aero. Just crush your chest. Don't get any air in your lungs. So I get to decide if I'm going to try and pry the stem open and save the bar end stem, or the real trick to saving stems on cheap bars you don't care about is just clamping it in the vise, taking a hacksaw. It takes like 3 seconds, cut right through the bar, popping it off and being done with it. I feel like this is actually a really cool bar, but no one cares about old drop bars, especially early arrowy ones. So I found that, and I was digging through a bunch of other junk. It was all junk, and then I found this one good Shimano 39 tooth 10 speed chain ring. So it looks like it's for road double. It's not ramped and pinned, and it's like barely worn at all. It's super nice. I don't know why they wouldn't have saved it. I have too many old 130 road 10 speed chain rings, but you know, I'll be able to use it for something. Cool as it uses a single speed ring, or yeah, get an outer ring and use it as a road double-y thing. Then I started digging through. They had a bunch of skewers. And this is where most of the magic happens. So I found one locking rear skewer, so that's cool. But then, as I was digging around, there's a bunch of other stuff in there. Like here's a really nice SRAM PG 1090 ultralight aluminum cassette lock ring. I love saving old aluminum cassette lock rings just to shave some weight off of some heavier cassettes. I found one cool old Hada Swan from Japan, which was like their track headset. 1x24, which I'll have to look up. I think it's either English or French. I don't know why. It was cool. You know, it's 50 cents a pound, whatever. That's the cheap generic metal sealed cartridge cup. You know, a lot of cartridges are missing these, or a lot of cartridges have plastic cups sometimes, and they crack and they creak. So I grabbed that. It doesn't even look like Shimano, but you know, maybe it is. One little bag of Velo Orange fender hardware. Or, no, I think this might be Hanjo fender hardware. With some R-clips and some little things and stuff, and you know, somebody might want them. And I found one little bag of Suntour shifters, little friction shifters. Looks like they're complete in the bag, but they might be missing parts. Suntour, just 70s, cheap, whatever, totally fine shifters. And all in the bag with all this hardware, so there's a good chance it's all here. 2-position alloy bits, the external plates, the little wing nuts. And honestly, these little Suntour D-ringy wing nuts are worth whatever 50 cents a pound I paid for them. And 2 internal concave washers, 2 external big ones. Yeah, 2 outer friction plates, 4 inner friction plates. Yeah, they're all here. So here is a nice set of Suntour shifters. I think with this style of cages and plates. These might have been for bolting onto something else, like stem shifters or something, but they might be down tube. So that was cool. I also found a frame. It is like an 80s Fagin. Somebody converted it to a single speed. It's in the frame pile, but it left the Chinelli stem in. They left the Campy headset on and the Campy cranks, so converted to a single speed. The bike is really, really rough. I think everything's probably frozen on it. Maybe the stem's frozen in. Maybe the C-post is frozen in. Maybe the crank bolts are frozen in. I'm not sure. It's like Campy Victory stuff, so it's not as cool as Nova Record stuff. But if that headset's not dead, if those cranks come off and are straight, you know, it looks like someone didn't really know what they were doing, tried to pull it apart, and got a little bit of it off, and some of it's too rusted on, just threw it in the pile. So we'll go check that out next and see what we can see. Oh, I did find a few other things. I found this, which is a very heavy piece of aluminum. It's flat on one side, round on the other side, with a nice old Starrett bubble level mounted on it, drilled and tapped. And I think this is some old frame builder wing nuttiness for like making sure your saddle is level, or setting on your saddle and putting it up to your bar and stem, so you can measure drop and height. Might be some frame builder wing nuttiness. Maybe I can use this some bike fitting-y stuff and some wing nutting. It was nicely machined and made. This was part of something. So even though it's like a couple of pounds, it's worth the $2. Then when I went inside to pay, I had to dig around in their used tools. It was mostly a bunch of nonsense like usual. But I found one very nice thing. They knew it was nice enough. They put a $9 price tag on it. But this appears to be a new old stock Bicycle Research Suntour 4-prong freewheel removal tool. And I've destroyed many, many a cheap Suntour freewheel removal tool. I just ordered a couple of cheap park ones, knowing I'm going to destroy them. This old Bicycle Research one, that is some hotness. I got a Suntour freewheel stuck on a Campy hub. Maybe this will magically be wide enough to fit. Its problem is the Campy axle washers are too big to actually let this sink all the way down in. And so I'm like destroying tools because they're barely getting any purchase. So maybe this one will be magic. $9. $9 final price. Stop discounting this. And I also found a nice set of just cheapo, like Sora level. This is like the generic Shimano replacement levers. These are still $50 brand new. And they're in very decent shape. Not perfect, but very, very good. Little scuffs up here, little scuff on the rubber. Barely noticeable. And if you look at the rubber, people's hands haven't worn off all the texture. And this is kind of what I've been looking for that Trek. And everyone was like $30 or $40 for these used online. And I got these for $15. Which normally I never pay for, but I really have been looking for these levels forever for the Trek. I got some nice, a nice Nitto Rando bar off for the Trek that I got for $10 off Craigslist a while ago, way too cheap. And you know, it's a little Trek, like 520 touring bike, cannies, and it's full Dior DX 700C 7-speed stuff. I think I have bar ends, some really cruddy bar ends that I sold because they're so broken. So I might put some other bar ends on, or I have several sets of 7-speed shifters, down tubes I've been saving. I might put those on. And I got a little handlebar bag rack, and I really might try and make it like a little rando-y build. So yeah, I ended up paying, you know, $28 or whatever for everything. The CCC, so, you know, I'm in almost $60, plus I went and bought some ice cream and a bottle of wine on the way back, so spent $70 or $80. But I don't know if you guys know this trick. I use Jenny's number for everything, and all the stores that want your number for everything, the 867-5309 with my area code in front of it. And I get deals all the time because of it, because lots of people do that. So I went to the most expensive store, bought the cheapest decent bottle of wine. It was like on clearance for $10. And I used Jenny's number, like, oh, you got your $5 cash back. So I got, or $5, you know, cash off. So I ended up getting $5 knocked off my groceries. Boom! Which is great because it's an expensive store. So let's check out the Fagin. So here's yesterday's Univega. I meant to pull it apart, and then it got too hot, and then it got too dark, and blah, 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 but we'll play with it. This is also my Wrench Force aluminum bike stand I got last year at a garage sale for $30. Figured it doesn't weigh anything. Be nice to have for, yeah, taking to my friend's house, working on bikes in the yard, doing whatever. So I grabbed it. It is not very heavy duty, and you can't really break anything frozen bolts free on it. The whole thing's flexing and scaring me, being weird. So here it is, the rusty, super crusty Fagin, which are fun. It says Fagin, Fagin, Fagin in the crown. Like, these old Italian bikes were cool. They had, like, you know, real dropouts were stamped, and stamped fork crowns, and, you know, Campy or Columbus dropouts, and fun stuff. Oh, it's got the special little barrel, and it's frozen in this frame for who knows how many years. Sequence binder bolt's probably frozen. It's all frozen. Weird seat post I've never seen before, but it's probably cheap, nothing special. You can see the Campy Victory cranks with the chain completely rusted onto them. They did what I was going to do in the video for the Shogun. I was going to take these old Campy cranks and take the outer ring off, cut the little recess dudes, put them on the inside, put the inner ring on the outside, make a single speed but still use the Campy bolts. They did kind of that. They did some like old mountain bike chainring bolt spacers on the outside. Still have the inside ring. Headset feels smooth and nice though. It's only got the 2 wrench flats, which they often did on their cheaper Grand Sport headsets, and they also did on their Pista headsets. It's probably the cheaper Grand Sport. But you know, if it was a Pista headset, that'd be really exciting. So, I mean, worst case, even the stem's frozen, we can cut this off, and we can still take this top nut off and get the fork out and save the headset. So that's worth the $10. That's a hell of a score. This little chrome fork looks like crap, but it'll polish up with some chrome polish and look all right if we want to. It is so rusty and crusty. It'd be fun to put on like the rustiest, crustiest single-speed wheel sets, and use these parts basically and make a fun little fixed gear conversion. Then we could just ride it until it breaks. Steel frames don't usually break catastrophically and fail and cause wrecks. Aluminum frames can. They usually break like right here. Steel frames usually crack in a random spot, and they'll creak and crack and feel noodly, and you can ride slow home and everything's all right. It's like a 57 to the top of the C2, which is how the old Japanese bikes were measured. It's like 56 center to center, which is how frame builders measure. So this is basically my size, anywhere in the large 56 to small 58. I really do like frames that fit better, so even though I'm really a 56, I really like 58s and 9s. I think my rando bike's like a 61. That's because I have a low bottom bracket and smaller wheels. So the standover is really about the same as a 58. Should I grab my tools? Should we start messing with this a little bit? See if any of it's savable? Come on, rusty crusty. Dust caps. Oh, I didn't think it was going to go. I was literally that second about to go, nah, let's not pull on the Silcom WD-40, but it went. Grab Campy dust cap. It is a little rusty, but you know, a little wire brush and with some chrome polish, and it'll look good as new. Alright, this one I'm going to say maybe we should soak. I don't want to damage it. Stem. Come on, what are the chances? I can hear that bolt is turning. Probably not. We can soak it a little bit. We can bash on it with a hammer when we get home. Said worst case, let's cut it. All I really want to save is these cranks and this headset. Anything else is just gravy if it's actually cool. The seat post binder looks like it's already loose, been loose. It's got the key on the wrong side. It's got all the problems. People just don't understand how to do stuff. Just won't use their eyes and look. Just try to figure it out. Just slap it on and fight it. This is a replacement like cheap chromo one, which are the best ones ever made. All the old campy ones, the nice ones, just broke left and right. Very easy to destroy. Oh, I bet you that. I bet you that post is real frozen in there. It might be something cool. Looks like tie or stainless or something, but who knows? Could be junk. I might try and soak it and try and save it. Got a feeling nothing's savable on this. Cut these old zip ties. I did not find any WD-40. I think they're oversized crank bolts. So Park 14 won't do it. I think I have a TA or a VAR or something. 15mm at home. But it's not here. Fine. God. This bike's so light. An old steel frame. Probably good Columbus tubes. Probably super fun. Look at that logo on the top. It's so cool. Logo on the seat stays. All the extra chrome. Yeah, I think it says Campy on the dropouts. So cool. Back when you knew how to make bikes, lugs and paint jobs, and engraving and chrome, and just pure awesomeness. Oh, hey! That's not on camera, but I put the bike down on the ground, dug the chainring in the grass, and I got the seat to move. So this post will come out. That is exciting. All right. Back in your home. I did bring a 15mm wrench because you should always have a 15mm wrench. Because 99% of every accident in the world takes them. Alright, Originate wheels. Oh, butter smooth. Those never had fixed gear cogs on, so it's not stripped. Spokes look nice, we never dropped the thing. I think this guy bought these wheels and tires new and barely ever rode them. Bizarre, it's like this washer is like double-sided. Oh, it's because for the rear brakes, it's bent out all over the place and concave this side. When I was a real bike mechanic, we'd make fun of amateur or home mechanics all the time. Saying, home mechanic syndrome is what we called it. Stuff like this, everything not fitting, be put on wrong and mangled. That's why I'm making these home mechanic videos, to try and help. That is definitely some HMS, that's destroyed. Luckily I got a bag of stuff, probably find one that works. I didn't bring any real tools, just grabbed like a handful of junk, so it's got some adjustable. You get this stuff. Easy peasy, no problem. Yeah, the back one has got the front stuff on it. Why would you put the stuff that fits? Just stuff whatever on there. Like I said in yesterday's video, these are brand new Tektro 559s. They are just wonderful. They're the biggest, longest reach one. They have a ton of clearance. These are great for 650B conversions. They'll often reach down and reach the rim. Leave you room for your fat tire, even fenders. They're great for old 27-inch wheel conversions, especially old vintage Schwinn's, like cheapo Schwinn's. Have the worst brakes and steel wheels. You can often put these on with some orange cool stops. And these FL750, I believe they're called, these Tektro old silver lovers. And this combination will make those old Schwinn stop 100% better. It's like putting hydraulic disc brakes on a bike. It's crazy. This is a nice old Terry Gelissimo seat. Definitely want to save this. Now my friend Lindsay has 12 seat options to try from on her bike that she will probably ride exactly once every 3 years to the farmer's market. Well, the bracket feels good though. Let's get this Nitto Technomic out of here. It has some sort of weird metal shim in there. It's one of those Technomics 26.0 and the bars are 25.4 or something weird. It moves, it's tight. So it does have these inline barrel adjusters. I'm going to save them. If you don't know how these work, you cut your cable in half, stick this in, and you can just twist them like a barrel adjuster, and you watch this black thing up and up and up and up and up and up, tightening your brake up. So you can put these in line on stuff like especially like derailleurs that don't have any barrel adjusters, especially indexing stuff. Really changes the game. I'm going to save the rear brake cable because it's real long and real nice and stainless, and it's a good one, and it's barely used, so it'll make a good front brake someday. The front is so short, there's really no point in saving it. I do want to save, I was missing one of the rubber caps, that's a shame. We do want to save these levers. Because they're nice, and someone's going to say Soma on them. It's the real name brand, and they're silver, which is hard to get. I'll use them on something, or more than likely get $10 for them on eBay. Let's see if we can manhandle this stem out of here. Oh yeah, it's a little dry. I'm holding the fork with my wrist. I've seen guys do this with hammers, baseball bats, and you just bend the fork. So it's too hard to do without some serious leverage. You should probably not do it or use a dead wheel. Like put a dead wheel into the wheel, the spokes, or the rim will give before it actually wrecks the fork. Put this guy on the ground. So pinching with my knees, this hurts a little bit. Just lifting while twisting. Comes right out. Yeah, no grease. Almost frozen, some little dry grease on it. There's a chance this little Univega might not even be... You jerk. I don't think that recorded. Clamp the stem in the stand. Pry this open with a big tool. I just used this bottom bracket wrench. Stick it in there and yank up just a little bit. Got it loose, but this little shim didn't come out. So I took the same bottom bracket wrench. A little bit of the shim was just sticking out on the inside of the stem. I just tapped it loose. Now it's off. It's very sharp and tin and weird. I want you to come off. All right. Yeah, I have no idea what this actually is. I've never seen one like this. It's very strange. I'm freaking out because these old Road Champion bars, J. Chen custom, so not even SR. Okay, so there's some weird vintage. Bullhorns are not like a flop and chop, like you flip a drop bar upside down and cut them and have them be the worst of both worlds. So these bars are kind of cool. I'm going to save them. Maybe someone will think they're cool. Vintagey. I pulled the bolt nut out of the stem just to make sure they weren't in the way, and they totally were touching that shim. So we got them all the way out of the way. Put them back together so we wouldn't lose the washer, wouldn't lose the nut. And now immediately... My camera keeps turning off, so I'm not sure what I'm missing. But we got this old Univega crank off. I have taken these from a Univega 650B mod build we did. A little mixty for someone. So we went as low budget and used parts as possible. I took this apart and just cut this ring off and polished the edge and polished all this. We just used the inner ring for like a one-by thing, and that was fun. Putting $100 worth of labor into a $10 part. So it looks like that's as far as we can get. I'm cleaning up and pulling apart all the junk we bought this weekend. Like I said, I have like 5 emails out to other guys for some parts groups and things, so maybe there'll be a part 3 video if anyone gets back to me. There's a bike up here with some beat up Dura-Ace 8-speed and some random junk on it for $250. It will not come down the price. It will not get back to you unless you give me your phone number and tell them you're serious. I messaged him a few times about it and he ignores me, trying to offer him low ball deals or medium ball deals. So I might go buy it for the Dura-Ace shifters and brake levers and you know, some matching parts for the Dura-Ace stuff I already have, but I want to build a one-by fun city bike around. All Dura-Ace with short cage trailer, too big of a chainring. Barely be able to ride it. Flat ground only, bro. So maybe I'll score that, but I do want to have Stoic Wheels build me a couple of custom wheels. I want to do a set for the Dura-Ace bike with the SP front hub, Dura-Ace 8-speed rear, and some either silver or black rims. He's got a few sets of old rims he got on clearance. Still selling cheap, $700, non-tubeless compatible, and stuff no one wants anymore except for me. And then I've also got this complete Tiagra 10-speed flat bar shifter group I bought off Craigslist like a year ago in very good shape. And so I bought a new Tiagra rear hub. I know it's just Tiagra, it's not cool, blah, blah, blah. I still like them stuff to be matching and cool. And I bought a Panasonic dynamo front. Apparently they're very good and they're very cheap. I found one on eBay for like $46 or like $100 everywhere else. And it's silver and 32 hole. So I'm having to build me a silver wheel set. Hopefully with some polished like Olvelo orange or rims, maybe some CR18s or something cheap, who cares. And maybe that'll go in the RB2. Kind of a flat bar, maybe put a nice big basket or something on the front, the dynamo, make that a nice summertime garage sailing city bike. You can ride, you know, all hours. It doesn't really need the dynamo stuff. Who cares? It's fun. I think it's got fender mounts. I don't know. We'll build some bikes. But anyways, thanks for watching. So I couldn't help myself. The Fagan seat moved. Even the camera was off, I was done putting stuff away. Stepped over the frame, put my foot on the pedal, twisted and yanked until I got the seat post out. So it really seemed nice to me. It looked light and titanium and cool. I didn't see any logos, but it looked like something nice. Well, I got it out. I'm like, man, it looks like tires or rust, I don't know. And check that logo out on the back. Can you see that? Can you see that logo? Campagnolo record. I'm pretty sure it says titanium below it. I feel like this seat post is, even kind of rough shape, is probably the most valuable thing I got this weekend. So maybe I'll get 30 or 40 bucks for it. Maybe I'll get 150 because Campy stuff's insane. But I am excited. I'm going to try and clean it off the best I can. Some non-abrasive-y stuff. You know, it has some scratches in it, but it's light, and it says Campy, and it says record, and it says probably titanium. But yeah, I just had to add this addendum. So thanks for watching. Okay, well, I went ahead and got one more score to add to the video. It's Monday. I went home and packaged and shipped all my eBay stuff. But this guy got back to me about this Rolls saddle. Nice, vintage, San Marco, gold. Not scuffy, not too scuffy anyways. Nice Rolls saddle for $20. I'm sure this goes for like 80 at least on the Fleabay, but you know, it's real nice. I might hold on to it for myself for something cool. Put it in my pile. But yeah, keep that eye on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace especially. That's where the deals are. All right, thanks for watching.